What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another stream. Today we have an F150, bright and early. We are doing the full windshield and the front doors. This is a brand spanking new one. So this has a couple of cool features that is nice to see on the new ones. They have like the shifter. It like shifts down now. It's interesting. And then they put a big old screen in it. So these are going to be a little bit different, but in an easier way. So they made a couple of changes to the F150s, but not anything to be alarmed about. If anything, the windshields have gotten easier these past handful of years because they've actually added a little screw for the mirror. So that's easy to take off. Everything else around it is pretty straightforward. It's just a big vehicle, but nothing crazy. So it'll be a good one. And we're doing carbon today. We're doing carbon because it's March. We're March now. It's still cold, but it's going to get warm soon. So that's why you want carbon. What is up, everybody? Yeah, early morning stream today. This is when I normally would start. So this thing has to be done by 12:30. 10:30, 11:30. We're going to get it done in probably a couple hours. So that'll be good. Good stuff. Also, we're going to keep an eye on GME. Good news came out over the weekend. They're going to get squaws. The squeeze has not squaws yet. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, but that's okay. Surprised you're awake this early? This is when I would normally tint. So glass shop, I'm up, I'm there, usually running 10, 15 minutes late. But this is like normal start time, but coffee hasn't quite kicked in yet. You're just kind of like getting going, forcing yourself to like, I'm a person, I gotta do some stuff, I guess. So that's what we're gonna do. Ooh, I just got your squeegee today, and I love it. Only thing I was curious was use it on the back window for shrinking. It scratched the film bad. I must have had it on or something. The only thing I was curious about, use it on the back window for shrinking. Oh, those little scratches, those will only be in the liner. That's not actually, like if you're just using it for shrinking, which you can do. We can show it again on the windshield. As you use it the same way that you would use a felt card. I just thought it was funny to use, but it's going to put scratches in the liner. But so does this thing. Liners are sensitive. That doesn't matter. But it shouldn't be putting scratches in the actual tint itself. So it was in the liner, no biggie. Oh, okay. Yeah. Good deal. Yep, you're totally fine. Cool. I read that and I was like, oh no, scratches. I don't want to see scratch in the liner. Yep, no worries. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Let's put on this workout. I need a haircut. Have you tried the Fusion Extractor Squeegee? Where is it? This guy? This guy, the red line, I think? I'm not a huge fan. Ow, we gotta take this off. We gotta put this on here. I like Fusion. The red line, it nicks really quickly. Whoa. Is this enough? This would be fun in the summertime. All right, we should be good. We should be good. GoPro. Dang it! We're not good. There we go. Okay, we're good. All right. It's a little high. Hello? Yeah? Okay. I think that's pretty good. We don't want to... Okay, one thing. One thing we're going to do real quick. Okay. Guys, big fan. Always looking forward to the live videos. Thanks, man. Can't wait to get an older Fusion and use the technique on the quarters. I miss those. I wish they were still around. Check, 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 check. Okay, this should be better. All right, this is actually better. I don't know why it changed the audio. Okay. Well, you guys can let me know. I usually talk louder anyways. This should be fine. I haven't even really cleaned up from last time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with prepping the outside of the windshield. Then we're gonna do the doors. And then we're gonna do the windshield. So, reason being is we can let the windshield dry while we're working on the doors. So you get this all done out of the way. Save time. Best way to keep tools from scratching tint? If they're worn out, you can try and sand them, which is something that I've actually never done. I just buy new ones. So you just like make sure that they're free of little pieces of dirt before you use them on the window. And then if they're still scratching, just replace them. Or sand. There's people that are gonna say sand. I'm just too lazy. Money will fix that problem. Okay. Let's get this nice and clean. I don't see 9 a.m. being my main stream time. I think it's a little early, but this is a good one. This is a good one to have. So that's why we're gonna do it. I know I had it somewhere. I had a roll, and I put it down. I put it on a box. That's what I did. I put it on this box. That's where we put it. Yeah, so these, this is awesome. This is an interesting little feature. It's gonna be when it's on, but this shifter, actually, like I've seen it, it folds down. I don't know why, but cool. And then they finally, Ford, upgraded their screen size. And then this mirror will come off with just a little bitty screw, like all the other mirrors do. Good job, Ford. You're making progress. They must have finally had too many break. And they're like, why are we doing it this way? And they'll be like, well, no, we always did it that way. We're Ford. And they'll be like, well, all our mechanics are breaking windshields trying to fix them. The center console slides forward to put a laptop. Whoa, really? The whole thing moves? Dang. Are they finally starting to pay attention to each other? It's like Tesla finally making everybody like, oh, I guess we gotta finally add some stuff to our cars to make them super tech cool. Do people like that? Do truck drivers like tech stuff? I don't know. Maybe. We're putting this on badly. I don't know. What do I know? I just tint them. And I haven't bought one, so. What do I know? So my heater is broken. I don't know why. I finally figured out where the pilot light was. So I got on my scaffolding and I crawled all the way up to my heater. So I got that forced air heater all the way over there, climbed all the way up there, figured out where they stuffed the pilot light. That's a go. So cool. But the thermostat is just like the thermostat clicks. The heater does nothing. Doesn't turn on. Doesn't turn off. Well, it is off. It doesn't do anything. So it's no fun. The front end on the 2021 looks so much better. It really does. These lights are pretty sweet. I like these. It's not really that much different in styling, but the little changes that they made are good changes. And like, dude, come on. This speaks, like, I hope Tesla finally woke up a bunch of automakers. But doing something like this is what people look at. They get in a car, they see all this shit. This is what they're gonna pay attention to. How does the overall vehicle look? And what's my center dash thingy look like? Like, people like that shit. They want to show it off to their friends. They want to have a good time. But I hate the console shifter. This one, to me, is way better than, oh wow, they put a QR code in the glass. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, so this, I don't know. Does it move? It doesn't look like it moves. Maybe it does in some crazy way. But this shifter is going to be way better, I think, than those turn knobby shifters. The turn knobby shifters and like those stupid Chrysler ones, the bounce back ones, ugh, those are like, I don't think it gets any worse than that. All right, we're using a dryer sheet on this one because, so I had an XT5 on Saturday. Yeah, the shifter folds down. I don't really know what the point of it is, but it's kind of cool. But we're doing dryer sheet on this one because I had an XT5 on Saturday, just the rear half, and on the back window I ruined it twice during shrinking. So I was using dry shrink prep, and with my heater not working, I found out that if the air is really dry, it really sticks to carbon film. The drier air is, it just, I don't know. At least that's what I think. Because we did a fusion? We did a fusion. We did a video with fusion. And it went great, right? Like, I've used it before and it's gone great. But it just wasn't having it. On Saturday, I did a dryer sheet. Went super smooth, so it'll happen. It's only been with the carbon, too. So it hasn't been with anything else that I use regularly. Sweeps come off super quick. Yeah, but it's a F-150. Why do you don't need to take these off? Like, look, I mean, they're far down. Whoa, they're like way far down. Look at that. They're so far down. You don't need to take them out. This is interesting. I haven't seen this before. It's like it says something. No fucking way. Oh, that's so cool. I thought this was just an interesting pattern. That's the city. Is that going to be Detroit? Is that what this is? That's a city. Ooh, I like that. Little touches like that. That's fun. Oh no, it's coming back down, boys. GameStop. GameStop's come back down. It's all the way back down to up 9, almost 8.5%, 9% on the day. Dude, they are gonna get squashed. It's only a matter of time. You can't stop GameStop. Pull back, top of panel, and pull sweeps. Yeah, but why? Why? I remembered to warm up my clay bar this morning. So we're just putting that back in. All right, so let's get started. That is prepped. That is drying. We had a sip of coffee. Let's have another one. Did somebody say they could help me with my heat? I think somebody said something about my heat. They said it's the map of Detroit? Hell yeah. Oh, that's cool. I thought I recognized it. I didn't recognize it. I just assumed because Ford. Big 3, Detroit area. Yeah, man. Look at that. That's cool. I love those little touches. Something like that, that's fucking cool. That's like little detail work, right? That somebody's like, can I please put the city in here? It would be really cool. And then, but he's got to get it approved by like a bunch of people. And then somebody's like, fine, we'll let you put the city in there. And he's like, yes, I did it. I got the city in it. That's mine. Good job, man. I'm an HVAC and can answer a couple of questions? Fuck yeah. That's why we... Okay. Real quick, we're going to take a little detour over here. This forced air heater up here was working fine. I haven't touched it. I haven't done anything to it. And then this is the little thermostat here. Off. On. You hear it click. Nothing's changed on it. I've pushed a lot of buttons and stuff, but it says it's supposed to be on and holding at 64, and it just doesn't turn on. Like, it doesn't do anything. It just sits there like a POS. So, I didn't think it was could be a dead battery in the thermostat. But the battery in the thermostat is actually, like, the thermostat is on. But it still could be the battery in the thermostat? Do you hear the fan motor turning on? No, nothing on it is making any noises. The pilot light is on though. Yeah, the thermostat is actually on. And it makes clicky noises, like it's trying to turn it on. It's an old looking heater though. But it's just, it was working, and now it's not doing anything. All right. So we are going to be doing these in 20. No, I haven't checked anything as far as like wiring on it. Ugh. I mean, I have looked at the breaker box. The breaker box still has power going to it. But I don't have like a meter or anything to check wiring. We should probably talk about cutting patterns out sideways. All right, brief heater intermission. I kind of want to talk about cutting them sideways. All right, yeah, let's do that. Because this opportunity doesn't happen all that often on stream. So we're going to talk about this. So what I just did is I laid out the film sideways on a 36-inch roll. Oh, excuse me, I think it's actually a 40. But 36 inches are fine sideways on doors. I only carry 40s in the carbon. So you might be wondering, like, hey, if you do those vertically, isn't that a lot of waste of film? And yes, you'd be right. So what can you do? Well, you can actually cut them out sideways. But you might be wondering, how do I shrink them then? Well, again, is sideways. All the answers now are sideways answers. So we're just cutting out our pattern, and then we will speed up to when we have to shrink it. But basically, if you can do a 24-inch vertical roll on these. A 20-inch is just too short, but 20 inches still works pretty well on a lot of truck windows, except the new Silverados, GM vehicles, so like the Sierras. Those you need at least a 22, which nobody really uses a 22, just a 24. So, or you take a 36 or a 40 and you put it sideways. So, we probably shouldn't have shifted it over, but that's fine. We're still good. So we're gonna have to shrink this sucker sideways. And when we do that, we will just be a little careful when we do it. But you totally can. You totally can shrink doors sideways, and they still work. I'd recommend doing them vertical when possible, but if you need to do it this way, this works. Let's make sure that's there. Yes, we are doing carbon right now. So we're doing the C2. We're gonna pull this way down because of how far down that seal is. Why would you shrink an F-150 side glass? Because you're watching me tint windows, and I shrink every door window. I understand that if you pull seals and stuff, you don't necessarily need to, but the glass is still curved, so we're gonna do it just a little bit. The main reason is really like, I gotta wait for this to like stick in place because it's wiggling all over the place. It's risk to reward. That's the main deal here. So, what happens if you don't shrink a door window? Well, we're gonna see this all start up. This is cool. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Good job, Ford. Okay, let's make sure all this is off. And it's not going to do anything. It's not going to demonetize me. No? Good. All right. So, like, there's two camps. And I don't really understand the little clash here. It's like whenever somebody like shrinks a truck door, you get people going, why would you shrink it? And then you get another party that's like, I always shrink everything. And it's like, I don't understand the debate between the two. You do you however you want to do you. The reason I don't actually shrink them, or I mean I do shrink them, sorry, is because, like I said, it's risk to reward. If I have a finger pop up on the inside and I haven't shrunk the window, it generally is a lot more risky, so it could suck up dirt, or it could be a giant pain in the ass to try and get it to lay down. So sometimes water collects in weird spots and will just feed back in, and then every time you push it down, it's a little vacuum and it's coming back up, sucking up trash with it, and it's just not good. So how long does it take to shrink a door window? Like, you can get all of them done, all 4 doors on a car, done in under a minute. But if you don't, and you have stuff popping up, I've spent way longer trying to touch it up. Super chat. Comustapo. Oh, that's thanks, Daniel. What's up, buddy? Oh, this is jaggy. Let's just clean this up a little bit. So it's totally up to you. If you don't shrink them and you like pulling seals and stuff like that, it's great. You're never gonna get any shit from me about it. So all I ask is, I don't want to get shit for it when I just leave it alone. I shrink it. It's the way I've been doing it for quite a long time. I don't like taking things apart if I don't have to. So we're gonna put these on their respective doors, and we're gonna shrink them on the side a little bit. Yes, Daniel with the 10. Thank you. It's extra early over there. All right. So we have squeegeed everything over this way. You want to try and kind of lock this down, just like you would lock everything else down and then snap the bottom. You can do the same thing over on the sides because we flipped it over on its side. So again, we're just, like when we snap it normally, we're just going to be snapping it a little bit on the side. You get that curl, and you're just looking for that little swoop. I'll generally extend it a little bit more on the bottom, but that's pretty much all there is to it. It's not a perfect solution. It will generally work on trucks and SUVs. There's a lot more glass there to spread out all your film, so things will lay a little bit more evenly on a big window, which is why people, that when they pull the seals on these, they don't have to necessarily shrink them. So I always like to shrink any door windows. Long time habit. Easy fix in case anything were to pop up. This will usually solve that. And then you can go about your day. See? Look at that. And we're done. Did that take long? No, it didn't. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right, now let's get our plastic, our unsponsored plastic. Let's see how it sticks to this. The answer, not incredibly well. It's okay. It does okay. Depends on the coatings. This is a little bit of a different, I don't know what they call this now. It's interesting. It's like a faux leather, textured leathery type of thing. Where are we at? Where are we at on GME, ladies and gentlemen? We gotta follow this. 152. Oh, that's interesting. Trading sideways. No set pattern for today. Looking a little bearish. But you see, ooh, we might be coming back up. This is fun. This is fun for me right now. So I gotta keep an eye on this as the day goes on. We're up 11 on the day, 11%. Ooh, orders, cool. GoPro, good deal. So we need a clay bar, and we need a towel, and we're gonna install these, and that'll be fun. Look at how much room. You still have a ton of room on the F150s. Good old F150s. Just like giving you as much seal room in the world as I think any vehicle. Because like your plastic is here. And then you really want to pull it like a good ½ inch almost on both sides. Just because of how much space that you have. It's ridiculous. Because if you don't pull it that far over, then a lot of times you'll show like a weird gap on the inside. You won't necessarily see it so much on the outside, but you'll definitely notice it on the inside. I'm sorry, I was talking there. I missed about 2 good questions, it sounded like. Please feel free to copy and paste those again. Yeah, not a lot has changed with these. Still very straightforward to do. They just look cooler now. What's the best stocks to invest in? I couldn't tell you exactly. I haven't been following the market for a while. I started paying attention again when GameStop got all this media. What was really interesting, like I thought, like a lot of people thought, I thought it was just like a meme stock. It was going up because there was a short squeeze opportunity on it. And people took advantage of it, and it did really well. But after it rocketed off, there was more and more stuff coming out behind the scenes of like, wait, no, there's, like they actually haven't closed their position. They put a halt on trading the stock. They're basically trying to cover their ass and weasel out of it. And then they ended up just doubling down, not thinking that it would come back up. So you're gonna see rocket number 2 sometime soon enough. You're gonna see rocket number 2. There's just this little guy right here. There we go. We'll put you right about there. But yeah, go to the GME subreddit. There's some good shit happening over there. It's funny too, cause like the media behind it, or the general news outlets, are basically just ragging on it, which I don't necessarily blame them, but like the more you read into like the short interest, the call options that are out there, everything that's happened, the more surprising it gets, and you're just like, oh shit. Uh-oh, we're getting a phone call. 1 second. Hello, Detroit Tint Studio, how can I help you?
Where are you guys located at?
We're located in between 17 and 18 Mile off a Mound.
Okay, what time do you guys open till today?
We're open till 5, but we go by appointments only. Is there something you want to get tinted?
Oh, yeah, I was looking at getting my BMW H9 series tinted.
Okay.
I'm looking for 5%, a four door, 5% on the doors and the back, and then 35% on the front.
Front doors or full windshield?
Full windshield.
Okay, so you want to do 5 on all the sides and back, and then 35 on the full windshield?
Yeah.
What year is the BMW?
17.
17? Okay. I could actually get you in today. I could get you in as early as we'd be looking at, I think, 12:30.
I'm working right now, but do you have anything later? Like,
How late in the day?
what's that?
How soon could you get here today?
Like, after 4:30?
After 4, it'd be too late today. Yeah, unfortunately. It's a decent sized job to do. We're typically only tinting here until about 5 at the latest. I could get you in on Wednesday, if that's not too far away from now.
Okay. What's the price on, what was the price again?
So that would start at $370. So it's $240 for the sides and the back, and then $130 for the full windshield.
Okay. All right, let me talk to my girl and see what her schedule's like, and then I'll call you back.
Okay, sounds good. No problem. See ya. Well, that's fun to try and manage. I took it off Bluetooth. Oh, good. Here we go again. 1 second. Hello, Detroit Tint Studio. Hello? Hello? Go bye. Oh. All right. I took it off Bluetooth because sometimes there's like notifications and stuff coming and they mess with the chat, because the same headset that I use for my phone, I use for the computer, so it starts to like switch off. But I might have to re-enable it because it sounds like I started getting a bunch of calls yesterday, and it's just they're coming up. So let's make sure this is squeegeed out well. And then this guy's good. And then I like to finish up the corners with the tri-edge. Because that thing, I don't think you're replacing these for me anytime soon. Just one final swipe. What made you passionate about the window tint industry? It's something that I grew to like over time. So it was really like for me, it still is a big part of it's a creative outlet for me. So it's a good money-making skill that I learned while I was going to aviation mechanics school, and then I just kept tinting. I didn't actually continue on after I finished aviation mechanics school. There's a few things that really scared me away from the corporate life. And I mean, now more than ever, it seems like that was a pretty decent decision. But I still hear things, you know, I still know people that are in it, but there was like some old school guys that they've been in the industry for like 20, 30 years, and then around 2007, 2008, they got laid off. So I started in like 2009, and then you hear stories like that where they were, you know, they'd been in the business for so long and then they got laid off. And I was like, oh. So I finished up aviation mechanics school and I just kept tinting. So the YouTube creative side was really what made me stick with it. Because I'm a weird person. I like tech. And I like weird, fun projects. So figuring out how to mix tech with what I was doing at the time with window tint, that was fun for me. So that's kind of kept that going ever since. And this live stream really is like the epitome of all of that together. So a big part of it is just the creative side, and then the other little side of it really comes down to it's a good money-making skill that people are learning that doesn't seem to be going out of style anytime soon. Maybe when cars move over to a full subscription model or something, I don't know. Aerospace company just laid off 60 employees. Yeah, there's some that are doing really good and expanding, but like if general aviation mechanic and stuff, holy shit, dude, pilots can't find jobs now because there just aren't as many flights, aren't as many, or isn't as much travel. Like travel was growing, it was looking exciting and whatever, and then this hit, and then it's like you're completely screwed, and nobody saw this coming the way that it did. Well, maybe some people did, but you know, it's just like you can't. So I looked at it more from the corporate side, and I was like, I don't know. Sorry, let me take a sip. Let me take a sip here. So it was really like putting your whole career in other people's hands freaked me out. GoPro. Did I miss any combos about Lexan plotters or carpet shield? Maybe carpet shield. We haven't hit the other two yet. Put that on the Tint Studio bingo. Canon. All right. Let me turn the Bluetooths back on. Oh, dang, it's coming back up. It's up 15% on the day. Good shit. They are getting squazzed, my friends. Okay, we're going to keep it on Bluetooth. This shouldn't screw up the text-to-speech, though, I don't think. Buy a bigger trash can? I think it's time. I think it's time. Hey from Canada, nice shop, dude. Your video came up on my Google feed. Hell yeah, nice. Glad to hear it. Maybe there just aren't very many streamers in the morning. Aftermarket auto accessories will never go out of style. They thought they were about to ride the industry of the aftermarket audio with better factory sound system, but it still doesn't compare. Aftermarket auto accessories will never go out of style. It does in other ways, though. GoPro. So it's definitely not as big as what it was. There's no way it was as big as what it was. So I grew up around that whole field. I was never like super into aftermarket car systems and stuff. Well, I kind of was, but like I didn't actually do it myself. My dad owned an auto accessories outfitting business, right? So that's how I became a window tinter in the first place. So I watched that business grow. He had 11 or 12 stores at one point, kept expanding, and then it hit this point where, you know, sales started to decline, people weren't getting as much, and then it just slowly started to, woo, right? And then the housing market crash is what really put a tight squeeze on it. So you had the rise of the internet. Hang on. Ooh, super chat. Thank you. Hang on one second. So I watched his business go up, and then with like the rise of the internet, it put price competition. Like everybody started ordering stuff online, looking online, and then it really started the competition, like aggressive competition. It really sped that up. So the other thing that really kind of hurt that market is manufacturers started including a lot of better options, and they still are, out of the factory. So remote starters started going away. They started getting better radios. They started getting step bars. They started getting bed liners. They started getting tonneau covers. I mean, they basically just brought all that whole market in-house, because why wouldn't you? Why would you just put out a truck and then somebody's going to spend another 5 to 10K worth of accessories? Why wouldn't you just bring all that in-house? You're Ford. You make the shit. Just do it yourself. Or whatever automaker you are. So window tint is like in this weird little limbo where they even brought in window tint, right? They, you know, factory SUV window tint put a big pinch on the actual window tint market. But they're only legally allowed to do so much. So that's where we still have our advantage. Like, they don't do the front doors. So a lot of people that necessarily wouldn't get their full vehicle tinted, well, they'll pay $100 to get the front doors done. So it's helped in some ways, but it's definitely hurt in others. So, I don't know. I come from that whole space. Where did I even get into this whole talk? I don't know. But it's been interesting to follow. Window tint's always in this weird little limbo where like I said, they can only do so much to take away our business. Like they've been moving stuff in-house with like plotter systems and whatnot. But they've had difficulties doing it. Let's get that in place. We're gonna let this tack up for a second. See how far forward that is? There's so much space on that. Canon. Alrighty, who do we got? Washington with the 5. Hey Matt, did you watch the YouTube video from Tint Man, how to tint and start your own business? What did you think of that one? From Tint Man. Was that the guy that went to AutoZone? If so, I did see that one. That one was funny. Well, you know, if you start buying from AutoZone, they give you an account, and then you can get better pricing on Gila. Yay. Yes. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that is. All right. That one was a good one. GoPro. Everybody knows him as Tint Man. Do you know what's really like? Am I kidding? No. Sorry. I thought I was hearing my phone. I'm not. What's really funny and upsetting about that at the same time for me is like, you can you can work really hard on videos, and then somebody will put like a video like that up, and it'll do like way better, and you're just like, dang it, I'm doing this wrong. I'm doing this wrong. How's the clear crush? It's a little soft, but that's the whole point. But I like it. I've been wanting to get my windshield tinted, but I have the Subaru eyesight, so nobody wants to do it. I would totally do it. It's just you leave the disclaimer of your eyesight system might not work anymore. So as long as you're cool with that, there's no problem with actually tinting it. I mean, Subaru says don't even add like Rain-X to your windshield. And they're like, this systems might not work on a cloudy day. Like, there's so many disclaimers with that system. Does it nick the clear crush? So far, no. It's been better than the orange crush in, like, it slides better. So, like, the orange crush, pretty early on, started leaving these rubber streaks. I really liked the orange crush, but then it started leaving these rubber streaks. To the point where I was having to, like, after I tint a window, I would have to wipe the streaks off with a towel. But, like, you're talking, like, not just, like, lightly wipe them off. You had to, like, so, I don't know. It, oh, I heard that comment. The way you tucked the bottom was cringy. You're cringy. No, you. Anyways, yeah, it's softer than pretty much all the other squeegees, but it hasn't nicked or done anything like that yet. But it's only been a little bit. It hasn't been that long. Oh, Tint Man tucking that. Sorry. I hear comments out of context, so it was like I was just tucking it in, and somebody was like, "The way you tucked that in was cringy," but he was talking about the Tint Man video. Sorry, bro. Sorry, not sorry. We had a whole discussion on like bottom loading and stuff on this too, so it's funny. But yeah, the Tint Man one was funny. Yeah, he's never had tint before, so this is like, I don't know. I have my buddies here on Saturday. They like watching it too. You all like watching it. It's fun. I'm still waking up. All right, how we do on this one? I need to get that film on the glass. It's really something I need to do. So that way, it's not so weird if people are watching, like on stream or whatever. I don't want anybody to feel weird. I'm trying the Dehydra. Would you try it if I send you one? Yeah. Yeah, I'd try it. I had a conversation with him a little while back. He like this is what irritates me a lot. Canon. This is what irritates me a lot about the whole social media thingy. It's like there's a lot of disingenuine people. It's like there's I know there's people that don't like me that sell stuff, and that's fine. I don't care. But what gets me is when you tag me publicly and say something and wanting me to try it, and no, he wouldn't try it, whatever. And then there's like this brief private message behind the scene, and then it just like falls flat. It's just like just doing it for a little PR or something. That's happened to me a couple times, where it's like people will tag me and say something, but then they don't say anything to me behind the scenes because they're not actually interested in having a conversation with me at all. It's dumb. GameStop, 14, 13, oh, 14, 14% on the day. Dang. Fun, fun, fun. Your setup is dope. Thank you. Hi, dude. You really doing professional work? I try. I do try. Diamond hands. Hell yeah. There's probably like 2 or 3 people, which I guess for this demographic might be a lot. I don't know. Yeah, man. It's this will be interesting. GoPro. I don't know where it'll go up to. There's people with absolutely outlandish expectations. I think if it really gets some momentum, anywhere from 2 to 10K is like, that's kind of it for me. Anything more than that would be like, what the fuck? It's possible. Anything's possible with it right now. But I don't know if it'll even hit that. All right, so let's get 50. We got the front doors done. We gotta get 50 on the windshield. Do you get 36-inch and 24 separate, or do you get 60s and have them cut down? It's really on the company. I used to order them as a 60. And for a long time, that's how I ordered, and that's what I would recommend. But then found out later that companies stopped giving discounts on 60-inch rolls. Why would you do that? Okay, well, I'll just order then 36s and like 20s. I mean, that was like weird to me. That's why I recommended 60s. So like, look, from a distributor, here's what happens. They get a 60-inch roll, which now Pro Classic is actually 72-inch rolls. So the 60-inch rule doesn't even apply really anymore. So they're coming out with 72s, but when, back in the day, 36s, you'd get 36 24s, or 40s and 20s, or 38s and 22s, but you'd order in 36s, 36, 24, you'd order in 60s because that's the way the film was made. And it would usually save you a little bit of money because it's in their best interest to just sell you the full roll and get it off the shelves. Because if they have to cut a bunch of 40-inch rolls or 36s, and people are ordering 36s and 20s, well, they got a bunch of 24-inch rolls on the shelves that don't sell. So if you take it off their hands, they're just constantly moving inventory. So for some film brands, they would give you a little discount on a 60. Super chat. Super chat? What is that? I missed it. Hang on, I'll get to it in a second. It was something about the tint keg. '24s don't sell? Well, if they incentivize people to order them, they definitely would. But I guess, you know, if you want to give discounts on them for like fire sales or whatnot, Canon. John with the 5. Hey, man, how much was your tint? Thank you, by the way, for the 5. How much was your tint keg setup, and is it worth it for someone that isn't tinting professionally? This one was definitely overkill. It's a 5-gallon with 2 hose setups. It depends on what you're bringing in for tint. GoPro. I'll talk about it while I'm working. So the tint keg setup that I have, I don't know how much exactly this one is. This one, tint keg gave me because we're going to be giving this one away. So this is the one I'm using for right now. So I would get a 3-gallon, not the 5, because and then you usually is going to be enough to get you through a busy day just fine. 5 gallons a little overkill. The 2 hoses you don't necessarily need either, but that's kind of like, you know, if you want one thing that you can leave in the corner, put both hoses, one on each side, and just have a good day. It's great. You don't need it if you're not tinting professionally. You don't even need it necessarily if you're tinting professionally. But I don't know exactly where you're at. But look at it this way. If you're making some money tinting and you're doing well with it, it's something that you're going to use on absolutely every vehicle. And they're built like a tank. So they last. They all, like, those ones come with like lifetime warranties on it. So they're built to last. So it's something that you're never going to get rid of it. It's not going to go bad on you. So in a way, it is worth it. But in the meantime, I like the little pump sprayers. So like the Poly 2s were really good. And I used those for a long time before I ever had a tank. So, GoPro. Thanks, guys. Sorry, I don't know when that switched. But what I was saying was the little Poly 2s. Those are pretty good. The little Poly 2s are good. Trigger sprayers, there's a lot of people that actually like the trigger sprayers. I wasn't one of those people, but you have other options. Tanks are like sometimes a little overkill, but they're awesome. So if you're making okay money doing it, then I'd always recommend a tank. But it's not a necessary investment, but they will help if you're doing it full time for sure. Alrighty. Let's go to the other side. Where are we at? Where are we at on GME? Load 160. Ooh, we're coming up to pre-market, or no, the highs from the morning. Ooh, dang. It's getting interesting. It's getting interesting for sure. I just want to watch it. But we have this. Alright, we gotta be careful here. I made my own keg. I spent less than $120. Yeah, like you definitely can. And some people had like parts lists for them. So there are cheaper ways to do it. You don't have to just order it off of one of the keg builder sites. I will say there are some good upgrades that they have. that if you build it for cheaper, you have to like kind of, if you can find them easily, then I would add the brass sprayer and a better hose and some better fittings on it. So like the regular kegs, they don't come with high pressure, like I've been told they don't come with high pressure seals, and then they also don't come with, what was it? I'm trying to think. Oh, the air release valve. You can put like a better air release valve in it, so you can get some more pressure in your tank. Because I think they only come with like 60 or something. So they upgrade them to like 125. And all the other fittings, like fittings are expensive. So you don't need them, but like the difference between what was it? Like a plasticky hose and the really nice like Flexzilla airline hose that they use, or what's the other hose? I don't know what brand it is, but it's another like hybrid hose. They lay flatter and they handle the pressure better. It's a big topic, so that's why I'm going on about it. So there are differences for sure. It's not just people getting them and marking them up crazy for no reason. There's good reason. Oh, this is a stretch. We had another super chat there. I will get to that in just a minute. I'm gonna have to go back on the other side. We're almost done. Almost done the shrink. This heat gun is coming to its last legs though. Good deal. Oh yeah, we gotta do that. John Cannon. John with a 5. I gotcha. I don't tint full time and I do more detailing than tinting, so maybe I'll get one at some point. There are detailers using it for detailing. Gabe, stop launching. Oh my god. Oh, this is nice. We have a new high, 167. Dang, they are so getting squazzed. Sometime. The squaz has not happened yet, but it's looking promising. Coming back down a little bit. This will be fun. This is going to be a fun week. GoPro. The squeeze has not squazzed. I really need to stretch there. There we go. But yeah, there's been people that are using them for detailing. So they're really popular for detailing and window tinting. We must be quiet for the cutting of the film. I think we got plenty of room to work with on the inside too on this one. I think more than we used to have. We should double check. Yeah, look at these sides, man. Dash is a little tighter in the middle. The sides are awesome. Good deal. I wish the Rams were like that. I get enough of them. Is there a way you can connect a swivel on the brass sprayer or on the plastic sprayer? On the plastic one, I'd imagine you can, just like you can with the brass one. So this is what I have right here. And I have, oh, not on this one. He did it special on the other one. But this is a swivel on this one. Get the brass. So if you're going to get a sprayer, like if you're going to get the tank, get the brass. I've had the plastic, and I've broken enough of them. The biggest problem is they break when you're working. So if you're really careful with them, even then, they've failed in different ways. Like, so when you pull on the handle with the plastic sprayers, they pull up a pin. And eventually what was happening was the plastic that lifts the pin would fold and just lose its strength and would basically collapse, so it wasn't pulling that pin up anymore. And then the other thing is, if you kind of toss it around a little bit, you'd snap the end clear off of it. So if you have them, always keep a spare. The brass ones, I had one for 4 years before a little piece broke on it. When you get the brass, get the cone nozzle, not the fan. I have the cone one, but there's people that are pretty strong with both. I used the fan one for a little bit, and then I ruined it myself accidentally. It started to get little bits stuck in the very end of it. GoPro. Sorry. You guys are the real MVPs. Somebody was the real MVP. They got that quick. They're like, black screen. Got it. Thank you. All right, so we're going to touch up these edges, we're going to clean the inside, and then we're going to install it. Wait, no. Grabbed the wrong thing. I need my heat gun. So we get to pull the mirror. Yay. Easy. Easy on the new ones. How did I start my own tint shop, and was it difficult? I started it last year, and I've been tinting for like 12 years. So it's been quite a long journey. Made a lot of... No, I didn't make mistakes. I was very cautious from the get-go, so I was always too nervous to like just jump into the shop. And the other thing was I didn't really want my own shop because I don't want to be like just slam jammed with cars every day trying to cover the cost of all the overhead too. So what I really liked was tinting from home because, well, you just have your home overhead. That to me is like, that's what I want to do. Do 1 or 2 cars in a day. All that goes towards the house. You like living there anyways, so you're just chilling most of the time. It's pretty casual, carefree. When you take on a shop, you take on a lot more responsibility. So you're basically like, unless you like to live at your shop, it's fun to have, but a lot of what you make goes right towards the shop bills, unfortunately. So that's what always kept me from opening a shop. And then so got a little notice from the city, and they were like, yo, dude, stop it. And I was like, dang it. So then I had to open up a shop. And I was nervous. I was really nervous. No, it's definitely not easy. You need, I'd say, something else to float you. Where's my rope? That's weird. That doesn't go missing very often. Cannon. GoPro. Okay, my rope is somewhere. This is messy. There it is. I see it. I see it. Oh, there they are. They're together. That's why we didn't know where they were. Okay. So let's put this up there. But yeah, like, having a playground like this is fun. It's fun to have. But then there's times where it's just like, you know, we hit the slow of the winter, and me being new, I wasn't getting phone calls, and the phone calls that I get, they're mostly just price shopping. So a good number of them would be like, hi, how much is it to get my windows tinted? And I'd tell them, they'd be like, oh, bye. I'd be like, oh, dang. I was like, do you know how many subscribers I have? I can't believe this. No, you're just like everybody else. If people are finding you over the phone, you're just like everybody else. So a lot of it relies on building up a client base, referrals, friends of friends, and that takes time. That takes a lot of time to build. So I'd been tinting for a long time, but because I was tinting for other companies, nobody knew who the fuck I was. And I never said where I was on YouTube. So again, nobody knew where I tinted. I was just an online tinter. And then other people take the market share, and then you gotta fight to get it. So it's not quick. I would say start at home if you can, and then grow a customer base, and then move into a shop if you want to. That'd be the easiest way to do it. Least amount of risk. Because if you like put a lot of money into a nice pretty shop, you're gonna notice real quick that that pretty shop only goes so far for getting people. The audacity. I know, right? Can you believe that? I still get people calling me. And they're like, how much is it? And I tell them. And it's not even that expensive in comparison. And they're still like, I'm going to call around a little bit. I'll call you back. My God. Unbelievable. These people. So, that's just part of business. What I like though is like I'm really into building business. I like the creative. So I went hard into the creative side for a while. So it's like figuring out what works with business and doesn't is also just fun. So like you can play around with websites. You can play around with different ways of getting clients and stuff. So like just I watch how people react to basically everything. So like for a little bit, I changed my so if you found me on Maps, I changed my Maps link from my website to a YouTube video just to see what it did. Did it do anything for me? Actually, no, it didn't. But I tried it because why not? I wanted them to see what I do first. I added a bunch of videos to the website, so now people, when they come across me on Maps, are at least a little more likely to go click through to the website and then see videos right away. That's my strongest advantage. I do lots of videos. So, if you search on YouTube, they'll find me. And then if you search in the area about window tint, you'll usually find me too as well. So I have a few tricks up my sleeve. But it doesn't bring in the majority of the business. The majority is still people calling around, and then from there it's kind of a toss-up if they're going to come in or not. I collect deposits though, so that helps mitigate all that. And I added, so if you look at my Detroit Tint Studio website, I actually added a way to leave deposits right through the site. So that makes it easier for me to get them too. It's like, yeah, if you want to book an appointment, go send them a link, go here, leave a deposit, book it for that time, and you'll be all set. Those are the for sure appointments. At least I thought so. There was somebody that didn't show up, but they still left a deposit. Never heard from him. Hope he's okay. It was very weird. Why the clear crush? Oh, we're taking a little trip down memory squeegee lane, and we're playing around with some of the different ones. Because I have a bunch of nicks in the flat out. I have a couple of them, and they're just worn out. And I had some other good squeegees, so I had Blue Max, Orange Crush, and Clear Crush just sitting there. And they've been sitting there for like 6 months. I was like, I need to just try these out again. Give me a hard reminder of why I do or don't use them. Are your front windshields flawless every time? Oh yeah, 100%, all the time. Never a mistake. There's never ever been a mistake on the live stream on a windshield ever. No, I still have issues. The worst is when those issues are in the driver's line of sight. Because then it's like I don't know if we're going to have to redo this whole thing. And we might have just jinxed it now anyways. So, Dehydra's the best. I've heard. What a super chat. Hang on. What was that? T-chat, thank you for the 5. Guy from earlier, let me talk to my girl. Generally means too much money. Hopefully he sets up with you, though. Yep, 100%. I appreciate the 5, man. Yeah, whenever you have like a, okay, thank you, or I'll get back with you, or, yeah, it's usually a no-go. there's two camps. There's people that are willing to spend a little more and do some research, and then there's the people that want it done ASAP at the cheapest they can possible. So if you win convenience, sometimes you can get a little more. But it's difficult. So if you get people that don't actually already have a tint shop and have done some research, those are my clients. Those are the ones that I like the best. Because they've already looked around a little bit. They're like, I want window tint. This is kind of what I'm looking for. And I've come across your site. You look legit. Let's set it up. Because that's me as a person too. That's the way I handle most of what I'm looking for too. I do some research, I find what I'm looking for, and then I'll spend a little bit more if I'm interested in what I'm buying. What's a safe time frame? Time frame for a full car, that's completely up to you. I would give yourself a little bit extra time every time, because you never know what's going to go wrong. So I'll tell people a full car here, I'll tell them typically 3 hours. I can get a car done faster than that, but if I can stream it, I want to do that. Come on, give me a corner. What the heck? Dude, congrats. First time, or going full time. This is my first day. Full ceramic in a single cab truck or whatever, and then I'm booked 2 weeks out. Fuck, dude. That's awesome. What are you doing? I'm not booked 2 weeks out right now. Congrats. That's phenomenal. All right. Let's get this lined up. Oh, we gotta go down just a little farther. I want to pull this rope. Sometimes they really screw with me. So like I keep the rope in there for everything, for all the prep work. Then when you actually go to install it, sometimes the rope will kind of like push, like it's not down far enough because of how the window pinches. So then you fight with it when you're installing it. There's pros and cons to it. GoPro. My video went out to lunch, I don't know. Thank you. I tinted the GoPro so fast. ...2016 Accord. It peeled off. Ooh. Search the window tint stuff group for Honda Accord, or some of the other groups too. I know there's some posts about the Accord specifically, but if it's just a dot matrix issue, you have on the coupes you have a pretty big dot matrix on those. So you're gonna want to try and pay some extra attention to them so they stick. I wouldn't even blame you if you had to tape them, but like those are some, on the coupes, depending on the year, those are some pretty heavy dot matrices. And I don't know what type of film you're using, but on the bottom, there was some reason they started rolling back up off the bottom of the window. But if it's a dot matrix issue, it was something else. I would maybe try and cut it long, and then maybe even, like, if you absolutely had to, try and tape up that top edge so it doesn't roll back, and maybe it'll stick pretty good. Or get some Dotrix and maybe fix it that way. All right. See, the only thing that I've got that I don't like is, like, I don't know if I press that down far enough. ...2006 Accord? Ooh. Yeah, that's an older one. Try cleaning the dots with like a degreaser or something too. But Dotrix is what would help fix that problem for sure. But it's kind of annoying to get, like I talked about in the video, it's kind of annoying to get Dotrix just to fix one of those issues. But you know, I've had that happen with like the older Mustangs. That like tints peeled on me before. I just remember retinting it, maybe going a little higher and trying to dry it out or something. I forgot what we did to fix it long term. I haven't had that problem in quite some time, and I'm on different films now. That's no fun. Also, the group. The group is a really good resource to help with that too. You should have a lot of good suggestions. Some people will probably tell you to glue it, and I wouldn't blame you either. Like doing like a glue on it would definitely help. Like a clear Elmer's glue. In that situation, I'd be completely fine with that. You just need it to stick. Guys, what is GME at? I want to know. I want to watch it all day. So hopefully when we pull this rope, it's not going to pull the tin out. It's my only concern. Should be okay. All right. Clear glue pens? Yeah. I think you'd probably be good in that situation. Like I said, I don't normally do it, but for a situation like that, I think I used to take clear nail polish too, if I remember right. I used to go get clear nail polish to help try and fix some of those dot issues. Hindsight, I don't think that's a good solution either. It's lifting a little bubble in a wave. Oh, there we go. Hell yeah, there we go. Yeah. That's what we want. Good deal. Started creating a little wave there. It looked like it was going to create a big finger. Dang. Too lucky to have that happen? No. I have had some shit happen, and not long ago. Dude, I have not too much to have an off day at, like, just an off day. And then it starts like getting in your head, and then you just like, it compounds the issues. All right, so we are gonna squeegee that. And check it over. All right, Kanan. First, we're gonna have a sip of coffee. Holy fuck. 180 was the high today. Up 30%. Ooh. It's a good day. It's a good day, boys. GoPro. What did I say? Did I say the squeeze is still not squaws yet? Don't be surprised if you see GameStop in the news all week. It could come back down. But over the next couple of weeks, yep. What are those peel boards? Those were actually just storm windows, I think, that were left here. So there was a glass company here beforehand. I found out because they left a handful of used windows in the back. So I stripped the framing off of them, and they're big and they're heavy. There's an even bigger one back there that I want to use, but I can't figure out how to get the glass out of the frame. It's so tightly glued in. I can't sneak a razor blade in there, so it's got an aluminum frame. Chrysler 200? What struggles? The door panels aren't super fun. That's about as bad as those get. Like the front doors. They kind of have like some funky door panels. All right. We're gonna squeegee it out one more time. Door panels exactly. Aha. I knew it. I have. I usually just cut them a little tighter. That's how I fix issues like that. Like, if they have a lot of stuff in the way, sometimes you just cut them slimmer. They're usually okay. So, the clear crush has left a little bit more water in between. So we're just gonna go over it one more time. Give it one more squeegee. We're gonna drop that. We're gonna press a little bit harder. This is also carbon, and I think the scratch coat is just not quite as strong. Yeah, there we go. See that? See that water? You're the one that taught me doubling out film. Takes half the time now. Oh, awesome. Yeah, it is. If you want to speed up hand cutting on full cars, you have to double cut. It's the one thing that, like, if you're not doing it, dude, you have to learn how to do it. So get single cutting down, and then once you do that for a little while, put some effort into learning how to double cut. It is frustrating to throw away two patterns, but the speed, power. It like, cause when I went from working at my dad's shop to being mobile, I was like, yeah, it doesn't take me that long to tint a full car. And then I do my first one. I had been using a plotter again for a while, and then I do my first car, and I was like, oh fuck, it's already been like 2.5 hours. What the hell? Well, I hadn't been double cutting. And then as soon as I started double cutting again, it was like, ooh, game on. Oh, we got a little guy. Got a little guy right there. That's why we clean this out. See? Jinx. Jinx. Got this little guy right here. Where'd he go? He's here. Oh, there he is. If I remember right. Things cleaned out of this glue really easily, though. Really glad that it's not on the other side, because if it was on the other side, way more potential to have this redone. Well, we got it. Neat. Couldn't tell you exactly what that was. It was like a little hair-ish something, but it cleaned out really easily. The GoPro's looking sharp. Thanks, man. Yeah, like the way that we're doing the GoPro feed is far better than what I was doing before. But as you can see with when I'm in front of the camera, it's a lot. But it looks so much better. So much better. Because it's like I would go back and look at it, at the footage, and I'd be like, God, how are some people watching this? And I know that had been hurting viewership some. It's just, it was way too inconsistent, stuttery, and then it would blur too much. So this is supposed to be a crispy 60 FPS feed right off the GoPro. Much better. All right. So let's put this mirror back on. We're pretty much done. Just a little touch up, and then should be good to go. Thank you all for joining me today. Buckle that one up. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Yeah, boy. Oh, we got a small thing we gotta press out there. Not quite done yet. We're almost. Split squeegee. Thin squeegee. This will do it. Something thin with a full squeegee blade. The only issue with the side swipes the only thing is, okay, I think we're good. The plastic handle on the side swipe, it prevents you from getting really far into tighter corners. So sometimes you just need that blade, just the blade part to go in, but it's not stiff enough. So that should be good. Right? We got that we gotta press out. Oh, we got a little air in it. Alright. Almost done. Almost done. Remember when I said that rope pressed a little tight? Now we're dealing with the consequences of that. So we are going to heat this up and press it down. See what it did? It kind of like bunched the film right there. So go gently, because we don't want to overheat a spot. It's laminated, so give it a little time to transfer. This will probably take, I mean, this could take up to a couple of tries to get this to all lay down nice and smooth, or it could press out really quick. I don't know. Yep, it's going to take one or two more. It's just got to dry. It's in a spot that holds a lot of water that pinches against the glass. But you got a fair amount of dot matrix too. Is the dots? Yes, the dots are gonna bring air back into it. So that's hot. No need to boil it. Who said I get windshields perfect every time? Not every time. Most times. We have little things that you have to touch up. That's not uncommon. Just a little bit more. I'm gonna let that bake for a minute. Because all that water is gonna start to evaporate. And that's gonna put little pockets of like steam, a little moisture back into it. So it just needs to kind of like settle, dry out, and it should be good. So we're gonna let that sit for a minute. Canon, do we hit another high today? What's going on? You think it's the transmitter? No, so any blackout issues that I had, it was just like I changed the camera. So 1, Canon. I was changing it to a camera that was a black screen or something. Are you a Geo dealer? Yes, I am now, actually. Do you still use the card on the GoPro when live streaming? No, I use this exclusively now. So all that's coming off the GoPro is the HDMI feed, goes right to the transmitter, and the transmitter is great. So this was a $650 HDMI transmitter. It's great. It's big. It's big for this. There's anything else that's cheaper? I don't know. I've seen wireless HDMI is a tough thing. Oh, dang. 185. We're climbing back, folks. A high of almost 200. 196. Does your neck hurt now? No, actually. It's not so bad. It really like starts to weigh down like here. So like the head mount, it like pulls back here. It starts to like my ears more than anything. But it's all in pursuit of making this look good. All right, let me see how this is tacking down. GoPro. Could I? Oh, I see what you mean. Could you get a longer HDMI cable and then clip it to your belt? Yeah, you could. If I could find a good place to mount it, I would. I don't know where that would be, because I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I'd tug on the cord at some point, and then we don't want to do that. A little more heat. See, this is so. Imagine this problem if you have a finger that pops up on a door. You press it down, something pops back up. It's full of water. It would lay right down if it was dry, but you just got to give it some time. And that's the thing. Is when you're at the end of the job, you just don't have a lot of time. Do you still use the moving cameras? Yeah. I gotta take a look at them. I got this, and then not as much. All right, give me a second. Let that dry. It's almost down. It's like right on the edge. So we're gonna grab. I guess we'll do this. This will work. So I like the moving cameras, but I've noticed I end up using this way more. Now that it's a really clean feed, I'm pretty much stuck on this for the most part. I almost need somebody to handle it for me. Oh, we way better now. I should have used this from the beginning. This, by the way, you can find it at like tool sites like Tint Depot. This is the whale tail. They make a yellow version and a green one. The green one is awesome. It's a really good third brake light tool. I've had these for a long time. I'd smooth down this edge, but anybody in the group will tell you, these things are great back window tools. So hang on to one of those. You never know when you need it. Fantastic. All righty. Well, we're pretty much good then. That finally laid down. Cannon. Well, that was fun. Did you guys have fun? Can I take this off now? Can I take this? Can I take it? Oh, my God. I know some whale tails. I see what you did there. All righty. Well, we are going to have to wrap up now at this point. And then this truck is going to be on its way. I don't know. I've been getting more phone calls. We should have another appointment here soon. Not today on stream, but probably Wednesday or Thursday. So the transmitter comes with another transmitter. It's easy to install. Oh, we're coming back down from almost 200. It's collapsing. Yeah, so it comes with a receiver. So it comes with a transmitter and a receiver, and it doesn't install onto Windows. It's an HDMI input, and it's a wireless and then an HDMI output. So you plug it directly into a capture card. So you could plug it into your TV if you wanted to. And it goes 1080p up to 60 FPS. Really, really good HDMI transmitter. Bro, I just got here. We'll wake up earlier next time. I'm sorry. Because I totally put out a notice, right? Surprise! All right, let me shout out the Super Chats really quick, and then we will end things. So huge shout out to Daniel Reyna. Big Super Chatter as always. Thank you. Washington, John, T-Jet, and Jose. Thank you all for all the Super Chats today. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for getting up early, even though with no notice. I'm sure you guys are just working. Thank you, Matt. Great info, and have a great day. Yeah, you are very welcome. And I will see you guys in the next one. I think that's it. Yep. Bye-bye.